Check me out, brothers and sisters. I got something for you to think about right now. Now, listen to this. People, they got a problem with evil being spoken against is because most of these people in this world and from generations past, people have been making their living off doing people evil. So when you speak against these evil things and these evil behaviors, it's to these people, you're taking food out of their mouth. You know what I'm saying? This is how they make a living to feed their families, is by the evil they do to other people. And you can, I'm not trying to get in your mind about details of that. We already know the vices. We know the things people do to people. You know what I'm saying? When they want to get something from them, you know all of that. What I'm just trying to get you to understand is that the simplicity of these type of people's hate is when you speak against things that are wrong, because most of these people make their living off doing other people wrong, playing games, being deceptive. So when you speak against these things, this not only causes a shame, but it causes in these people that they have to start over again, you know, and then these same people that are doing these evil things to other people to stay afloat or to have a place to stay or whatever the case may be. When you start speaking against these evil things in Yahushua, what goes through the person's mind is shame, because they know what they doing is wrong. But then it's like, okay, how can I start over? And when they see that the people that's in their lives now will not be there if they did start over in the truth, they don't want to go through that. So you have to understand, and I'm starting to understand even when Yahushua was walking the earth, you talking about people that were very sick and had bad spirits in them, man. You talking about telling the truth and preaching the truth to people that's healing their hearts up. You got these other group of people that's in authority back in those days. They're making money off people being sick. They make their money off people being sick. They make their money off of that stuff. They make money off deceptions back in those days. So when you got a person that's walking the earth, healing the sick, speaking the truth that these other people make money off the opposite of, what is that doing? That's taking money out of their pocket. We can't have this guy down here healing the sick, raising the dead. We can't have this. How we're going to make our money? People don't believe that we're supposed to be the ones possibly to do that. If they don't believe us, they're not going to pay us. So when I understand about Shaul, when he talks about for the love of money is the root of all evil, you have to understand that when you talk against evil, a lot of people, when it comes to this money, is making their living off doing other people evil. Do you understand that? And I tell you, in my mind, I'm going back, I can understand how Yahushua was really tumbling them scribes and Pharisees and them Sadducees like he was doing, man. Because the things that he was saying was not only putting a light on the people that were in deception, tricking the people like they were, but the people seen it. It wasn't just Yahushua letting the Pharisees and the scribes and the Sadducees, know who they were and tell them about themselves, but people started seeing them that way. And when the people start seeing them that way, they're going to make their own decisions to walk away. And that's when the domino effect happens to these type of kingdoms and these type of strongholds out here. So I can understand part of why Yahushua was hated so much concerning the money. And if we look at it from an outward appearance, brothers, some of us will be deceived and thinking it's more than that. But when you really nip it down in the bud, man, when you really analyze the whole thing, it's about them protecting the way they get their money. And when you speak against the way they get their money, that's a problem. That's a problem. You got to understand this, brothers and sisters. So when we speaking the truth, when we speaking against evil, and yeah, these people be showing us bad behaviors and they say certain things that are weird or whatever, you have to understand that's for the love of money is the root of all evil. What you seeing is that these people is lashing out because you going against the way they make their money. Doing evil to people, lying, being deceptive, pretending to be a friend. Just playing the game. That's how they make their money. So when you speak against hypocrisy, lying, being tricky, flattering and all that, that's what these people do to get their money. That's how they make it in the world. It's all about presentation, right? It's all about the first expression or whatever they say out here, man. Huh? It's all about how you make a person feel in the way you look. But it's all a game. Yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there, brothers and sisters, man. Watch your back, man. And the sad thing about these people that do these things for the money, man, they sit there and buy other people. They buy people's love with it. And what I mean by that is that these people will use their money to get praise from people, to get love from people, to get praises of love or whatever, however you want to put it. To get praises, to get love, to get nice things said. They will use the money they use the money they get from doing other people evil and buy people's love with it. I mean, woe to them that call evil good and good evil. Man, and I can see how over the years, when you talk about early America, how it was so treacherous, man, for the money. You know what I'm saying? How people will run down on you, man, if you cut in the way of how they get their money. And then the greed will come in too, because a lot of these people got enough money, but the greed in them for the love of that thing is so evil in them. You know what I'm saying? They gonna do what they do. So I ain't trying to get off into a rant, brothers. I just want to put that out there, man. Watch your back, man. Stay in prayer, Yahushua. Paradise, a part of paradise is not being in trouble for anything. A part of paradise is not being in trouble about anything, man. You're not causing any trouble. You're not doing anything. You know what I'm talking about, brothers and sisters. In your heart, you're not in trouble, man. You're not doing anything that causes other people trouble. You're not doing things that's tricking people out of something. You're not doing things or saying things that's telling a person to go the wrong way. You understand that? So when you are part of paradise, part of it is when you're not in trouble, man. You're not in trouble with Elohim for being that way. For telling people to go the right way. Say the right thing. Have the right intentions. You're not deceiving anybody telling people that. But the devil want to make it seem like that's what you're doing. If the people don't want to do it, then it must be wrong. No, righteousness ain't never wrong. Righteousness ain't never wrong, man. It's always righteousness. It's going to tell you to go the right way. But hey, we live in a world, man, where evil is becoming more thick and nasty and all around here, man. You're starting to hear it come fluent out of their mouths. They don't even have no filter anymore, man. They're just saying things. Sometimes to me it seems like they be forcing things out of their mouth. They forcing these curse words and stuff. They forcing the immoral sexual things that they be speaking about. They just force these things out. They're just saying them. not even understanding how they're infecting the environment around them in the spirit, saying all that trash. They got the children. They saying all that trash around the children is sinking all in their ears, and they starting to say the trash, throwing it all up all over the place to the younger children that's around those children. I mean, man, it's just, you know? And as long as these people are accepted as friends of the world and everybody's smiling in their face when they go to work or pay their bills or do whatever, they're fine with that. I mean, hey, fake love is better than the real, right? No, it's not, you little weird trick. And that's the sad part about a lot of these people, man. They done fell in love with the fake love, man. They like that fake love. They like them fake smiles and them fake hugs. They like that fake advice that sound like they telling you something real. Ugh, yuck. What? No, man. And I can understand why people are afraid to be alone, because if you looking for the real love, what you're gonna end up finding out down here is that a lot of people is fake. And I'm not even gonna put no details on that. People can put whatever they gonna put on it, but you understand a lot of these people fake down here, man. You know, looking for love in all the wrong faces. Looking for love in all the wrong places. And when you look for that love and you going towards that real love, you going to find out that your path is going to start getting empty. You're going to start finding less and less people there when you on this path of the real love. You're going to find out, man, that it's real narrow down here. But I'll give you this, though. Here's the comfort. The streets are always lit now. You always know where you're going. You're not blind by nothing around you. You understand that? But I tell you this, though. Let me go ahead and give you another. When you walk in this path, the further you walk down this narrow path in the Mashiach, when you look back, you ain't gonna see nothing but darkness back there. And what I'm telling you this for is that there's nothing back there, man. You know, I've been hearing this saying down here on the earth. They say, once you hear the truth, you can't unhear it. Once you see the truth, you can't unsee it. Once you know the truth, you can't unknow it. Now, that's facts. You really can't. You really can't. So once you're on the path of the Mashiach, what used to be things that you didn't see as darkness, you didn't see as evil, you didn't see people's behavior as being, you know, dishonest or anything. You thought it was just, you know, all play. We just having fun with each other, roasting, capping, you know, being family, you know, and everything seemed, you know, on the up and up. But as you start to grow in information, you start to receive that deals with more of a reality of life instead of the false reality. Then you start to see what's around. You start to see people. And then especially when Elohim's favors on you and he gives you understanding about his son, and then his sons put his wisdom on you, then you start seeing the reality for what it is. This is when the true light comes on. And the light that you thought was the light begins to go dim. And the light that I said you thought was the light was when you was ignorant in your past. And you didn't see the seriousness of the wickedness back then. But now you do. So now you see it as nothing but complete darkness. But here I want to tell you this too. In that complete darkness, the same activities that you remember are still going on. And Satan is going to do his best to trick you into believing that there's something that you missed. Something back there that you didn't get to do, that if you just did it, you will like it. Don't fall for the trap. Ain't nothing back there in the darkness. The hypocrites is back there doing nothing but the same evil trash they was doing when we was back there with them. They just in the darkness. That's how you going to see them when you walking on this narrow path towards the Mashiach. When you look back, you're going to see complete blackness. That's your past. But the same trash, that people that still back there playing them games, they still back there in the dark. You just can't see them, but they in there. So don't let Satan trick you now, thinking that you're going to find some light in that type of a darkness now, Watch your back. And Yahushua, like,